Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fancy Football. And this is the transfer talk with me and Nonso Arinzechi, the sport bishop himself. The sport bishop, how are you? And good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being back again to talk all things transfer.
Yes, now let's talk transfers today. Zubimendi to Liverpool, that is growing up, and we understand that Liverpool are
Is growing
confident
up,
that they
and
will
you
pay the
understand that
buyout
people are
clause
confident that
for
they will pay the buyout
Zubimendi.
clause for the
Can you hear me, Nonso?
I can hear you loud and clear.
That sound we had, that issue we had,
That
that
sound
sound
we
we
had,
had,
that
that
issue we
double
had,
sound
that
that is
sound we
coming
had,
up
that
again
double
now.
sound that is coming up again now. Okay,
Can you
yeah.
please log out
Do I
from
have to
here, please?
relog? Can you please log out from here, please? Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, guys, let me just read out what we have for you guys today. Is that Zubimendi to Liverpool will soon here? It will be here we go. Liverpool are confident that they will get their man. Liverpool are also confident that they will pay the 60 million euro buyout clause for that player, which is the benchmark needed by Real Sociedad for the player to move from Sociedad to Liverpool. That we'll talk about. We'll talk about other deals with respect to Koopminers, Gallagher, even Arsenal, Eddie Nketiah, and Julian Alvarez as well. So we will bring you all these updates as we go on the transfer talk this afternoon with Nonso Arinzechi uh, on the in the studio as well with me. Nonso, can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, I think the issue is coming from the network latency, the video latency, and that's why I can hear myself twice from your end. Okay, uh,
Okay.
like I said when you went in and came out, we will talk Zubimendi to Liverpool, Koopminers to Juventus, Gallagher, this update on Gallagher, Alvarez, and as well Eddie Nketiah to Olympic Marseille. These are the top transfers now. Because there are other transfers, but these are the transfers that we consider them as top transfers currently. Let us start with Zubimendi. Zubimendi to Liverpool. I thought Zubimendi was heading to Arsenal before I heard the name Mikel Moreno to Arsenal. Zubimendi is a very, very good player, very intelligent player. Not many people know him in the Spanish in the world as well, not in Spain, but not many people know him globally. But if you look at what he has done with his football and his footballing brain in Real Sociedad, he has helped them maintain that top six for a very, very long period of time because of his footballing brain. Just 26 years of age, a fantastic midfielder. What will he bring to Liverpool? As we hear that the deal, the deal between Liverpool and Real Sociedad will be struck very, very soon. Liverpool are confident, and Liverpool knows that the player will accept the project. What would Zubimendi bring in, and what kind of player would they get for Zubimendi if that transfer goes in?
First of all, I think for Zubimendi, he looks like he's been there for so long a time. Even though that he's 26 years of age, when you talk about Real Sociedad and the architecture of that club, you tend to mention something like Zubimendi. Like you did say, his biggest quality is his footballing brain. The boy can play, the boy can move the ball, the boy can pass the ball, the boy can and most importantly, he's a good defender. The first rule of defending is you have to defend. What about your passing abilities? What about your long passing range? Your first duty as a defender is to stop the opponent from scoring, which is what he has done in his twilight Real Sociedad, which is very important and very key for him. So for me, I think it's going to be a big improvement for Liverpool, who suffered when they had injury problems at the club. Remember, last time they had to play Quenza. They had to play because of this guy was out. Talking about the Frenchman Konate.
Yeah,
The coach did not really trust Gomez at the centre back position instead of playing him as a right back most of the time last season. And so you need that cover. There is no Konate. There is no I beg your pardon. There is no Virgil van Dijk. You need somebody else to slot in that position and do the job. And that's why they're going for Zubimendi. He's got a brain. We all know that Van Dijk is the brain. Why either Konate, whether it's Quenza, whether it is Gomez, they are the agility, and then if Van Dijk is not available, they struggle to have someone who is the brain of that defense. So Zubimendi can slot in there. I know it will be difficult for him to displace a Virgil Van Dijk, but yet again, like I always say about having so many players squad in depth, very key. As a team as big as Liverpool, who be playing in 4 competition, you will see some few. Was it yesterday where a certain Rodri was lamented? He just posted a picture of the fixture of Manchester City next season. It was like, wow. Here we are, something like here we go again, or something like that. That's how much of games teams like Liverpool will be playing next season. So you want to have cover. And for me, Van Dijk has been laboured too much for the past 4 or 5 years. You need sometimes you need to sit him down and allow him rest so that nobody else can take it. Who says both of them cannot partner? Talk about Zubimendi and then Virgil van Dijk. But the problem
Zubimendi plays in the mid. Is he a defender or in the midfield? Remember,
yeah, he can play as a center defender. He can play as a defensive midfielder as well. So, like I said, but the problem is that he's got a brain, which is very key.
Yeah.
For me, I see it more as for a lot of people say, oh, I think Liverpool are too crowded in midfield. So I don't think it's more or less about the midfield. If you look at Liverpool midfield, there's so many players in that position. Wando, the guy from Japan, if I'm not mistaken. They've got Dominic Somersley. They've got this guy Curtis Jones. They've got this guy who plays in the heart of the midfield sometimes. So they don't lack midfield players. That has not been their issue. The issue is either they steal. I think one of the reasons, like I said, for me, Zubimendi kills 2 birds. One, he's a replacement of Van Dijk when they're struggling for a centre back. He can play that role very well, and the fact that also he can also play in that Thiago Alcantara role that they didn't have last season. That brain. Alcantara is always the brain. People say he plays more like 5-a-side football. He loves it. Give me, I give you kind of football. He's not the guy that wants to be expansive, but that's how he plays, and that was how he made his name at Barcelona and Bayern Munich. That's not about Thiago Alcantara. So, brain-wise, I think they've got that quality player that can come in, do the job of a Thiago Alcantara when you need a brain in midfield, when you need someone to hold up the ball. And of course, the brain in centre-back, because he can do that very well. I've seen him play the centre-back position over and over again for Real Sociedad. That's what Zubimendi is a quality centre-back. And we even saw a little bit of that when he played for the Spanish national team, but played that position at some point. So it's a good cover for him, if you ask. Very good cover for Liverpool. So for me, a good signing, killing 2 birds with 2 stones, replacing Thiago Alcantara, who is out, left the club. And of course, not forgetting that's Virgil van Dijk, which I think they need a replacement. He is the brain of that defense. When he's not playing, you just know something. You just feel something is missing from that Liverpool backline.
Okay. I wish Liverpool gets their man at the end of the day. So we'll still talk about maybe on a separate video. We'll talk about what will Zubimendi brings in terms of play to the Liverpool itself, and how Arnold Slot is going to use him in that team going forward. He's going to play him as a defensive midfielder or as a defender. We'll find out if
talking about Slot, I think it's funny enough, people don't understand what Klopp has been doing in that club. He would because of the squad in depth at Liverpool right now. You have to see the best of managers must be able to look at some top managers and say, "Come on, you're not in my plan." And we haven't seen him make that strong, that strong decision of saying, "You leave." Like we saw at Juventus when Diego Motta came in and told 7 top players to go.
Maybe he wants to give the players benefit of a doubt for at the moment.
So how long? The problem is how long, because there are so many. Look at the squad. There are so many first-team players.
They have strength in depth. I don't see that strength in depth in Liverpool. And this is my reason, because of what happened to them last season.
Okay.
The collapse, that collapse that they had when they were going for that for those 4 trophies. They were going for the Premier League. They were going for the FA Cup.
It was injuries, though. They at some point they had like 7 or 8 players in doctors.
Yes, it shows that there is no strength in depth.
How many players you want a top team to have? 30 or 40? Why do you think we're having it? Why do you think we're having a go at Chelsea? Chelsea has these 41 first-team players. All of them are kids. Why do you think we're having a go at them? See, a top-class team must have, yes, there'll be room for academy players to come in and help the team. But Liverpool has, as I talked to you now, players who can be in the first team of any some of the teams in the Premier League. More than 30 of them. 30 to 1 to 10. So if 7 or 8 players have an injury, that is a one-off. But teams like Arsenal, when Arsenal suffered last season, when one or 2 players get injured and the Arsenal team capitulates or annihilates or decimates, before it don't happen, they fall like a pack of cards. You actually said just 2 players. But Liverpool, you could forgive Liverpool. They had a lot of players, just like Man United last season. I know as much as I want to have, I want to have a go at Eddie Ten Hag. At some point, I will tell you. I always say it as it is. There were times that there were so many players in the doctor's office. You ask yourself, come on, what's going on? Is it that they are training too hard, or the medics are not doing their job? Let me take it back a bit further. There was a season that Arsenal had to let go of their medical team and change it. That player that Papetti was getting injured. And don't forget, the next season he had a full season without having injury. So maybe it could be something that is what, like I said, it's football. A lot of things. See, to win a league, so many things have to fall in place. Your medic, your fitness trainers, so many things have your training, the regime, the coaching, the tactics, the players. Now, when I mean the players, I don't mean the player. I mean the quality of the players. So a lot of things. And again, I know you would like to hear this, but a bit of luck. Like what happened to Manchester City a bit last season, where you need a penalty or a handball somewhere, or if you had caught to come your way, it just happens, and then you are champions. But all these ingredients must work together to form champions. For Liverpool, I want to see what Arsenal will have to do. I'm one who's openly going into the season, into Liverpool season with an open mind to see what he wants to bring and what style of football he wants to play. But I think Zubimendi will be an outclass, quality addition to that team. And I tell you, man, you don't want to look at Liverpool and be scared, because it really comes in and it clicks. Wow. Man, they must have subbed a major. Don't forget, the problem last thing was that they were conceding too many goals. If he comes in and does his job, then with Salah scoring the way he's scoring and the way he's playing on preseason right now, like a man on fire, the rest could be history, bro.
I think the league is a marathon, not a sprint. But let's see how these players that are coming into Virus Club, how they will jail and make the Premier League much more exciting going into next season. That's what I think. That's what I'm really looking out for from all these transfers coming across the Premier League and other part of of Europe, the La Liga, the likes of Serie A, where we are going to now. Timo Koopminers, the Dutch midfielder, to Juventus. According to Gasparini, that the deal for Koopminers to Juventus have been agreed, but I think there's something really not in place between Atlanta and Juventus. I think something have not been agreed yet. And Koopminers is frustrated. He has refused to train. He has refused to play between this for his current club. And it's not that he has been frozen out, but he has been told, he has been excused that go aside. Since you are not part of our plan this season, according to Gasparini, let me allow some players to come in and take over your position for now. So, what is the sticking pain in that deal? What is hindering that deal from being finalized? Hello, Nonso, can you hear me? Oh, hello, Nonso, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Come on, the network playing the first one on us. I'm back again. Absolutely.
So, what is stopping the deal for Koopminers to Juventus from being finalized?
A lot of intricacies. To be sincere with you, first of all, like I said, the fact that it's from a Serie A club to another Serie A clubs, the deal has to be properly done. Because to be sincere with you, as much as we want to say it, Atlanta are going to be title contenders come next, because Juventus are not in a good place. They are on a rebuilding move. You got AC Milan, Inter Milan. Atlanta has to be in that mix somewhere, especially even in Champions League football. So they want to ensure that they make as much money as they can. After all, he's heading for a Juventus team that is not even as big as they used to be. So they could afford to still keep him, man. And after all, they play Champions League football, and Juventus wasn't at their peak last season. So for me, I think a lot of issues. First of all, I think Koopminers wants to be sure that he wants to play, because the reason why he's leaving Atlanta in the first place was because he said he wants to play in a club where he would play in the Champions League. He wants to play in a club where he will compete for titles. So he doesn't want to be a beat part player. He wants that kind of assurance from Juventus.
Yeah.
Two, his injury issues as well. Koopminers has got some injury worries. Don't forget, he had a lot last season. Maybe not too much last season as I'm trying to paint it. But if you look at his antecedents as a player, he's someone who has always been to the doctor office one day or the other. So they need to be sure what they are getting. Koopminers is not even getting any younger as well. I think he played his better part of his football at Atlanta. So this time he's just making a move because he just wants a new, maybe he wants a higher pay wage, and most importantly, like he did say, he wants to play in the Champions League. But I think that deal could be done, because at the end of the day, you can't look, you can't reject a deal moving to Juventus. And they say it's just like when you're in Spain and Barcelona and Madrid come knocking, it's as good as
Yeah.
done. It may take some time, really, but it's good as done. So wait and see an eye on that deal for Koopminers. I think it will be a good inclusion for Juventus. I thought so. A bigger club could have cooped in for him. Maybe a
Yeah, but
Liverpool,
because
maybe a team in the
you
Premier
did
League.
mention his injury issues. You did mention
Yeah,
his injury issue, and that is why I think Liverpool came in for him actually, but he has made up his mind that
that,
he wants
exactly.
to play for
That was
Liverpool.
to stay back.
He wants to play for Juventus. That deal was
Yeah,
already done and dusted even before he went to the
even
Euros
before the
and
season
had
end.
that injury.
Exactly.
Yes, even
Yeah.
before I just think that the Dutch national side also missed him during the Euros, because if you had him and had what's his name, and had the lead in that midfield, they should have gone far, even all the way to the finals. That's my opinion.
Funny enough, Cup Miners.
That
Funny
issue.
enough, let me sincere with you. Cup Miners himself hasn't been a regular player for the Netherlands
Yeah,
league
he
Netherlands
hasn't been a
national
regular
team.
because he has always been the
I think he
doctor's
had a great
office.
season. He forced himself into that. Yes, he does. I don't think his form during towards the end of last season, forced himself into the plans of the manager. So for
Yeah,
me, I don't think we have even played much, even if I had the Euros, because of some coach believe in, I trust this player. I have a plan. This plan has been working for me, and my thing.
yeah,
I always believe in it. See, it doesn't care how you feel. You sometimes you be like, no, you have to try and take some risks. I feel if it's not broken, don't fix it.
exactly.
That's my own take on that issue. So personally, it is what it is, but we'll see how things pan out in that one. So fingers crossed if you that.
Okay, guys, if you are watching us for the first time, or if you are watching us, kindly subscribe and like. That's the two things. If you have subscribed, just like this video, and I think that will help us push the video out to other people to watch as well. Please kindly like the video. Thank you so much for those that have liked the video, and for those that have subscribed as we are live now. So let's move on. I think the transfer market is becoming heated up. We are carrying for the first time Liverpool want to make a big transfer. We've taken that story, 60 million euros for Zubimendi. That's the buyout clause. No addition, no subtraction. And Koopminers, we want to find out. We will find out why the deal has been stuck where it is. But I hope Juventus will move the goalpost so that everything will be finalized, and all parties, both on the player side and both on the club side, will be happy at the end of the day. Let's move on to Gallagher. Gallagher is currently in Spain having his medical for Atletico Madrid.
Funny enough, who would have thought this would have happened as 1 month
Exactly.
to the end of last
So,
season?
I'll
Funny enough,
just pick up
football is
Gallagher.
a crazy sport.
I'll pick up Gallagher and I'll pick up Alvarez. Both players are in Spain. I think for Alvarez, the medical is done and dusted. He's just waiting for some other paperwork at the end of the day around the corner to see if he's going. I think both of them should be able to sign that deal this week before the end of this week. Gallagher, I think for me, he's going to do well. He's not just going to go to Spain and play football. He's also going to Spain and learn football as well, because there's much more. Because I see in Spain, you don't just play football, you also learn football because of the way the coaches. Somebody can say, yes, Diego Simeone has a pattern to play, but Diego Simeone likes a player like Gallagher that can bust in left, right, center, that can be all everywhere of the pitch to play for the team. He loves players that can put themselves on the ground, put themselves on muddy waters for his team, and he's getting, for me, one of the best in that area. He might not be technical or tactically sound, but he can do this job for Atletico Madrid. Then for Alvarez, up front, I think they need somebody like him up front that can play off the shoulder of the opposing defender. If those passes are right, if those passes are in between the lines, I assure you, for Alvarez, he will get those balls and slot in those goals required for Atletico Madrid to win games, because I think they struggled last season to win some games we expected them to win, and they are the only team that defeated Madrid. They're the only team that defeated Madrid last season. Last season, they are the only team. So if they add these guys to their team, that means they'll be formidable. They will close. They should be able to close down those small defeats that they had last season, that even stopped them from moving up in the table, and allow Girona and Barcelona to win to be second and third after them. So what's your take about this deal? And I won't tell you what I won't ask you what we expect, but what's your take about this deal as they are at the final
Okay,
stage of them being complete?
1 week ago, 1 week ago, Matheus, I would have
Yeah,
said that the title would be a two-horse race between Madrid and Madrid.
yeah,
No way I put Barcelona. Barcelona ready yet. Even no matter how many players they get, it still looks like a squad. We work in progress, trying to restructure their system and and their formation and their livelihood and everything about the club. But with the signing of Julian Alvarez and of course Gallagher, I think I can now put them in, as title contenders alongside Real Madrid. And I'll tell you why. There's one thing.
yeah.
There's a reason why Simeone is the most paid coach in the world. He's made his coin from playing absolutely pragmatic football, very nauseating, excruciating, call it whatever you want to say, but
Painful.
the
I mean, it's
boys,
what painful.
exactly, football, he doesn't care, but he's effective, he's efficient, he does the job. And another thing about in football will tell you the result is what matters. It's not about how beautiful football you play. And with the way he sets up his team to play defensively, his structure has never been in doubt. He's got a solid base behind. He's got an
Yeah,
experienced goalkeeper. You're not black. Why do you think he needs a replacement? I think he's beginning to, lose steam as age is beginning to catch up with him. I think we're looking at how to work on that already. But what Gallagher brings to you is this. I call him a spoiler. And that's what I used to call him. And you know why I call him a spoiler? He does nothing else. He's not the most creative player in the world. He will not score you 10 goals every season, but there's something he will bring to you that is bigger, that is bigger than anything you can imagine, which is his ability to work hard. His work rate is second to none. You cannot argue with his work rate. He's that good, bro. So it's something we need to look out for. So for me, I think the fact that he works so hard for the team, he puts in a shit in, he's a tireless worker, he gives it 125% every time he's on the pitch of play. And you can never doubt his work rate. Not today, not tomorrow, not any other day. That is what he brings. So for me, it's a big boost for the team. And I think, come on, you may argue whatever you want to say. The guy will get you one or two goals, a handful here and there. But his ability to cover the blades of grass, to work hard, that is major attribute. And I think for a team like Simeone, who is being known to be stay dogged, stay in shape, keep your formation intact, and then hit on the brakes, that's where Julian Alvarez now comes in. The guy is one of the quickest strikers in world football. He may not need to touch the ball 1,001 times, but he wants you to play the ball. The guy really suffered at Madrid, at the
yeah,
Manchester, I beg your pardon. He did suffer because in Manchester you need to come tap, pass, tap, pass. And that's not his team. The strength of Zilabas, you watch him in the Alvazer in Argentina, is the fact that he has the speed to run behind the striker. All these boys, get the ball in front of him, let him chase it. And from what we've seen from him at the national team, and of course in Man City, he's not a bad finisher. He may not be the
yeah,
finished article, but he's not a bad finisher. He reminds me of this guy at his peak, Juan Correa, the Argentine striker who's Alex Madrid, who plays they play like similar
yeah,
football.
yeah, yeah.
So for
I
me,
agree
just
with
like
you.
that, exactly. He's like that fox. That's what they need. Correa has dwindled, has dropped in the form, and so it could be that main man. The guy's numbers is astronomical, like you said, he's won everything. So bringing a player who has that feeling of a new challenge, this new feeling of I want to impress, this new feeling of I want to give my all, this new feeling of let us go, man, let's go, man. I've won everything, but in Spain, I'm more like a loner. I'm a new person, a beginner. I want to compete, and that's what it's all about. So for me, I'm super happy with the deal. I'm going to be sincere with you. Gallagher has only got a manager who understand what he wants. You get what does he
Yeah,
want? After every game, people will be always lamenting, what's this guy doing now? He's just running around the pitch of play. He's not productive. He's not brought to be productive, man. He's brought to cover the blades of grass. He's come to work hard. He's come to put in a shift in and allow the guys in attack to do their thing. Just maybe see the king of 1-0 is Diego Simeone. And a lot of people have questioned his tactical ability and the fact that many people have caught him. Many people have finally found him out with his style, with his philosophy, with the way he plays, And say, what's the point? Oh, man, there's always a part B or part two to me. So, I mean, I've lost the personnel, but if I get a new set of players who will do the same kind of thing, I will get the same kind of results. Unless you will have it
I
found out for
agree.
you. But I think they're up there in the title contention.
Yeah, yeah. Great stuff for how many years has he spent in that club? How many years?
He's a furniture. He's just like Arsene
I'm
Wenger.
telling
You
you.
know, some people used to think that Arsene Wenger was a board member because of his name, Arsene. It's that's how Diego Simeone is Atletico Madrid. Every good thing about the club has come from him. They played twice in the Champions League final. Who was the manager? Diego Simeone. They won the league twice. Who was the manager?
Right.
Diego Simeone.
Diego
Where
Simeone.
did he pick them up from a mediocre average team to now a Champions League playing team?
Exactly.
And they're now playing the Champions League every other season. So what else do you want? As much
And
as you want to say that,
with a new stadium, with a new stadium as well.
Exactly, at the Wanda. Sorry, is it
Wanda
Wanda?
is
Maybe it's
yes,
changed now.
Wanda, yes,
Civitas
Wanda
Metropolitano. It's not that
Yes,
Wanda again. They're
Chivita,
not
yeah.
like a sponsor. It's Civitas Metropolitano. So with
Metropolitano.
all these things, well, you may argue that they may have not moved to the next level where they are now competing everything with Real Madrid. But come on, man, the budget is different, man. Once you can afford to buy a 7 Kylian Mbappe and not bet an eyelid, can they? Even Julian Alvarez is looking like it's humongous. And that's checking that because they haven't signed much big sign in the past 3-4 seasons. They've been scrapping here and there. Now they want to go for it. And they finally decided to go for it. An English boy. But this is my question mark on that deal. And I will say it. This is my question mark about Fields. How many English players left the comfort of the English Premier League and they're trying the Spanish La Liga? There is a microscopic. You can make some, maybe
Yeah, there are very few. But still, also you can also argue.
And Michael Owen.
Yes, but you can also argue that there are also few players. There are also few players that have moved from England to Spain. There are also few of them. They're not that much like that. So
how many English players in their comfort zone? How many? Yeah. This is why I give kudos to the likes of Jordan Sancho.
You are accusing English players of not leaving their comfort zone. You can as well accuse some Italian players, even some Spanish players, for not leaving
but
their
they still move. But they move. At least they move.
Yeah, because of the money. Because of the money.
English
that's why they move.
We
all know they go to. Okay, guys.
Let me warn you. We press Palace.
So finally, let's look at a certain player. Let's look at Edin Nketiah to Olympique Marseille. Last week or a fortnight ago, we all thought that this deal was done and dusted for Edin Nketiah. And Arsenal rejected a £27 million bid for the player. Now, Arsenal were asking for a 27 million euros. Sorry, I always mistaken euros for pounds. So Arsenal are asking for, and also you tell me if it is too much or not, because I know you're an Arsenal fan. You always side with Arsenal, but be on the fence this time around. Hold on, be on the fence this time around. Arsenal are asking for 35 million euros plus a sell-on clause. That is what Fabrizio Romano is telling us now. Now, this is what the piece from Goal.com, a short piece from Goal.com just stated out. See, Arsenal are willing to renegotiate with Olympique Marseille about the probable signing of striker Edin Nketiah, who has already agreed personal terms with the Ligue 1 club, according to Fabrizio Romano. Speaking exclusively to Cut Offside, Romano said, a lot continues to be written about Edin Nketiah and Marseille's situation. So I thought I be the one once again clarifying my understanding of this saga here. Now, for what I know, Arsenal are open to rediscuss terms with Marseille after initially rejecting 27 million euro bid and asking for 35 million euro plus a sell-on clause. Now they can be open to discuss and negotiate different structures. Finally, this is what Fabrizio said, because when Fabrizio come out to say something, it is almost like it's 100%. Now, the precise asking price is not something clear yet, but the two clubs have been in touch again, and Arsenal can be open to discuss terms with OM, that is Olympique Marseille. Nketiah has already agreed on personal terms, so no issue there. So no issue between Nketiah and Marseille, and it is now on the club side to reach an agreement. Also, Arinzechi, the sports bishop, is Arsenal asking too much in this deal.
Just like when I first saw the deal, bro, the first thing that came to my mind is greed. What has Nketiah played to what 35 million pounds and a sell-on clause?
What has Nketiah played Oh my God. And you, oh God,
No,
let me not say
Smith
much more
Rowe is
about on this.
come on, man. Now listen to me. Smith Rowe is first of all is English. So can we accept that English players are very costly? Two, they're selling Smith Rowe to a fellow English team in Fulham, which is their record signing. Come on, man. It can't be. If they're selling, see, I can bet if they're selling Smith Rowe out of the Premier League, it's gonna be much lesser. But they're selling him to a Premier League team, a team who should be competing. We saw how they played last season. So they knew it would do what one. The guy proved that in less than 7 minutes into his debut and scored. So to me, I don't want to argue that one. You can argue it's expensive, but it's, first of all, it's the structure the team is heading to and the fact that he's an English player. For Nketiah, good. He's English, but you're not selling to an English team. You're selling to Olympic Marseille, who are already financially tied, bro. This about what is 35 million? If I was at 35 million pounds and then you create a structure where you can pay maybe 3 or 4 years, I would have understand that. But that's not asking for majority of the money coming now and then the less being structured. And then you're still asking for a sell-on fee. So they believe that Nketiah can still come good at Marseille. That's what the sell-on fee means. They believe that he can still come good. And if he comes good, so they want to make a chunk out of the money he will be sold for if he has to return back to the Premier League or maybe a top team in Europe. So it's faith. They have so much faith in the guy that the guy can still come good. So I understand where that sell-on fee is coming from. But for me, I've looked at Nketiah's progress at Arsenal. I don't think he's a world-class striker. I think it's.
You don't think he will ever be?
Not today, not tomorrow. I think that's a waste of the number 14 jersey by Arsenal. It was never going to be. I kept saying it, and a lot of fans are no, give him a chance, support the young man. You can't win the league with Nketiah as your striker. Take it to the bank. He delves in and out of games. He struggles with sometimes the flow of the game. He's easily malhandled and marked. You know, it's not like those strikers that even if you malhandle and mark him, he gets one clear-cut chance and bang, the ball is in the back of the net. He's not that prolific of a striker. So for me, I think he will do well at Olympic Marseille. I think he'll get up to 20, 30 goals at Marseille. He's the league on for crying out loud. We've seen players who have left there and gone to the French league and do so well. But 35 million pounds is maybe too much. So I was wondering, how much would they have sold him if he was going to an English team? 45 million pounds or 50 million pounds? Isn't that crazy stuff? This is the fee for an English team for me. If you are selling 5 million pounds for an English team who wants him, I would have agreed because you don't want to sell an Arsenal to a player to your opponent who could come back and bite you and your aspirations as a club. So I get it. But to me, the price is 27 million pounds. Fine. What I would have done as I would have taken that 27 million pounds deal, try and structure. We hear that they are working on structures. So maybe they could agree and then structure for 4 or 5 years because we all know that the French league are not financially as buoyant as the Premier League. I don't think they can work on a structure and maybe because I believe he still has a future buyout value. So they will still. I know Arsenal can be very sure. Especially Edo in charge. They will still insist on the sell-on clause. But what they will do is that by the time they decide on a fee, maybe it will be around. I think it should be around that between 25 and 35. They won't go below 27. All they will do is maybe structure for a longer period of time, and they still insist on their sell-on clause because I think on the hierarchy they believe that Nketiah will increase in value at some point in the future and be sold for a huge amount of money, and they still want a chunk of that money. Knowing where they did not sell him to an English club, we hear that he's valued at 45 million pounds, 50 million pounds. Where they want to sell him, they will sell him to a Premier League club. But
Nketiah valued at 25, 50 million. Nketiah valued at 25, 50 million pounds.
If it was sold for English, so that's the amount he would have gone for. Let's be sincere. Because the team player with what attributes sold for a crazy amount of money, where they disappeared. Can I go back? Can I go back to players who were bought for 50 million pounds and they disappeared? Exactly.
Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe. So just let me just stop you there. We'll be talking about 2 transfers, and I think there was a breaking news as we were talking. Okay, one on the Zubimendi side, and the other one on the side of Koopminers. I think for Koopminers, exclusively from Fabrizio Romano, Juventus already sent a new bid to Atlanta for Tinu Koopminers this week. 55 million euros package, add-ons inclusive, including this 65 million euro. It is It is the highest fee ever paid for a midfielder in Serie A.
In Serie A, yes.
Direct contact between clubs expected soon as Koopminers wants Juventus. I'll come back to that deal. Then also to the Zubimendi's deal, Zubimendi has been called up from Real Sociedad next game, while Liverpool tried to convince him. Mikel Merino has not been called up, as Arsenal talks are still ongoing. That's why that deal we've not heard of that deal. Personal terms have not been discussed in that deal. We're still finalizing between the agent of Arsenal, between Arsenal and the agent of Moreno.
Mikel Moreno.
But advanced,
Yeah.
the deal is advanced, but while with structure and payment terms clarified. So just these are just updates. If you were Atlanta hearing the last line I just mentioned, what would you do, Nonso?
It's huge, man. That's what I'm saying. It's the highest. So the truth is that, let me be sincere with you. Juventus believe in the project. Thiago Motta, who is in charge because he came in and he did a clean sweep. He's in charge of who comes in, who goes, that he has a plan.
Yeah.
But India will be good to his plan. For Atlanta, this is the best time they need to cash in on Koopminers. You have to cash in on him now. Imagine when I tell you that, look at Koopminers. One of their best players here is going for 55 million euros plus add-ons. Okay, Tia. I said if you sold this guy to an English team, it will not be more than that. Yeah, you're not seeing where I'm coming from. This is the best guy. That's not even the best player. He's just and he's already 35 million pounds. That's now putting on the sell-on clause. That's to tell you how English players have been overhyped. Sorry for England fans, anywhere you are, have been overbloated.
That's the truth. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. There's no apology here.
And I've been sold, even they're sold their fellow team here, they tend to hype the price. So I think that is go through. Like I said earlier, he wants the deal. Confirm that now again. That the player wants the deal. He wants a new lease of life. He told Atlanta long before they won the Europa League that he wants to leave. Europa League was just a way of ending his time at the club. So the deal is likely to happen. We hope he can pass his medical because, like you said, he picked up an injury in the Euros. If he does that, then it will be good to go. Big one for Juventus. I think it will be a good inclusion to them. Motta is building a team. See, they may struggle this season. Don't think that it's going to be Uhuru like we were at Bologna. But one thing we can assure is that he will play a brand of football that will be enticing.
I think it's a project and it's over time. It's over time. So
long-term project.
Juventus fans, the Juventus fans will take positive from what Thiago Motta is doing. We've seen the same project handed over to Pedro 2 years ago and he failed. Allegri came back in his second sting. He couldn't really put the team together again.
Allegri did not fail. He did not fail.
No, he didn't fail. He didn't fail because the team
when he came back match with his management.
Yes,
that's what happened.
When he came back in his second spell, I think he struggled to put back that broken team he met. He really struggled to put that team back because the team was broken. It wasn't just broken because the players were not ready, but it was broken because those managing the club at that time, the Pavel Nedved, the other guy, did some financial disappropriation.
They were corrupt.
Yes.
They are under investigation.
That is why, and that's why I always say, I keep on saying this. I said, no matter how big a club is, let's take for instance, there's crisis in Real Madrid hierarchy today. I'm telling you, it will affect what is happening on the pitch, even with the likes of the Mbappes and this. And that is why I always say,
obviously,
what happened on the pitch affects what happened with the club outside the pitch. So everything has to be balanced. Everybody has to be happy.
What happened on the pitch,
Yes, everybody has to be happy.
And that's why Juventus is happy. Let's return back to transfer. Juventus is happy. Atlanta is happy. They both shake hands and exchange player for a record fee for a midfielder. And everybody goes home smiling. Same thing with Arsenal.
Everything is Uhuru at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. I think if will go to Olympic Marseille, they will discuss that. They will work to Arsenal will sell. Arsenal condemned to sell. Now they need to balance the books. So that if you want to buy, you can say how they agree for Smith Rowe. It's very rare you see Arsenal sell an academy player. Not talk about an academy player who has got prospects.
Yeah.
That is why they are really angry with that Chido Ebuka that went to Man United. He was a player they could have used in the future. I don't think he would have played longer at Arsenal. Because I can't call it what Arsenal is doing. But if a player with one or two seasons, they could have milked him like 20, 30 million. But the guy walked out the door for free. That's another concept for another day. But I think the kitchen will make that move. And of course, for Zubimendi, I'm really happy for Zubimendi. Wait and see how that deal pans out. Barcelona really are stretched. Barcelona can't pay huge for players. So for any deal they're making, like that, we talked about that almost a few days back. They now have to spread the payment. So how do you keep spreading payment of players? You keep
I just think that also I think for Barcelona we have to give them time. When the new Spotify stadium is being built, I think something will happen along the line. Financially they might be struggling, they might have mortgage.
That's how bad.
Yes,
This was a stadium that refused to change the name. Money has
yes,
made the night, not the new Spotify. You see what I'm saying? So when you argue and you argue, I think the management of the club was really bad.
yeah,
And that is what
and
they're suffering now.
that
That's
is why
really bad.
Laporte, the current president of Barcelona,
President. Yeah.
yes, have to. I think what they did, what the hierarchy did was that they have to mortgage the name, the stadium right of the stadium that's not even been built for how many
And they
million
mortgaged
euros
already
per year. Yes, the stadium have not been built, but they've mortgaged that right out for the
for
next 10
years.
years. Yes, for the next
For
10
years.
years. Yes. So I think I just think that something will happen along the line for Barcelona. Something will really happen
They
for
will change,
them.
they
It's
will come good,
gradually
but see, it
they
has,
will come
like
good.
I always tell people,
But
we have, my say now, Morpheus, it has to get
yeah,
worse to get better.
yeah,
So
before it
they
gets
should brace
better.
up.
Yeah,
More terrible stories will come up. More losses against top teams will happen in Europe.
yeah,
But guys,
yeah.
it's a means to an end, not the end. So Barcelona fans brace up. For Camerado, I think Arsenal fans should be getting up for that deal. Someone don't understand. Like you said, he's not been called up for the friendly games. He's talking with
Yeah.
Arsenal. The guy loves Arsenal. Arsenal loves him. Mikel Monero loves Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta loves him. It looks like a match made in heaven. But like I said, it gives me that Granit Xhaka vibe. I'm not going to come and see what he brings to that table. But I'm very optimistic that it could be a bromance or a relationship made in heaven. But time will
Okay.
tell. Same thing. Players
Okay.
come to England and suffer.
Okay now. So for those that are watching us, we're on 6 likes. We just need 4 people to like this video. Just 4 people to like this video on Fancy Football. We have 5 more minutes to go. One more update just coming now. Let me check. Hold on. One more update. Sorry. Okay, I think it's from Tottenham Hotspur. Richarlison has revealed that he has refused a bid from Saudi Arabia. There has been
Arabia.
yes, there has been an offer from Saudi, but my dream of playing for Brazil, Brazil's secondo and in the Premier League speaks louder. The money is bigger, but my dreams are bigger. So that is from Richarlison. And one more
But
deal
deals affect.
from Chelsea angle. No, so hold on, let me just finish this one. From
Okay.
Chelsea angle, it's
Okay.
understood that Chelsea are planning to book medical tests for Samu Omorodion in Paris today. Done deal for 34.5 million pounds to Atletico Madrid. Omorodion will sign 7 years contract. Baba, you hear Amabi? 7 years contract after medicals. I think that's huge.
The boy is having fun at the Olympics, so he was playing at the Olympics for Spain. From then on, he enjoy with his family, have fun, holiday, do medicals, and becomes Chelsea's 10th signing. Just yesterday, they announced the sign of a Boca Juniors defender. Remember, for how much is it? 20-something million. And now they will soon announce Morojo. Chelsea are signing.
They are signing, but we know what they are doing. Signing. We know how they are doing to sign. We know what they are doing, but they are signing. And I hope it's sustainable over the years. They will spread it.
They will spread it. It's not 5 years. The one was 8 years. But let me talk about the deal before the one you talked about. What's the name of this guy? The one you talked about before the Omar Dion deal. I'm trying to remember the name again. Player. The first one.
Hold on. Richarlison.
Yes. Yeah. This will be bad news for a certain Dominic Solanke, who we hear that he's moved to Tottenham Hotspur. Will rely on this deal. We hear there were so many clubs from Saudi Pro League looking for his signature. And they were waiting for Richarlison to move back to the Saudi Pro League, where Tottenham will make huge money and take a little from that money and get them to Solanke and balance their books. The boy say he has dreams. So I'm of his, I have dreams to join you one day in London. I hope that dream comes true. But let's believe that he has dreams. Don't worry, I don't have dreams. He said dreams to play in the Premier League, so he's going to stay put. Start for Dominic Solanke. He seems to be playing football with Bournemouth at the start of next season because Tottenham don't have the money to buy him because of Richarlison. So wait and see. Maybe he could change his mind. The money is huge, but it seems like the boy said his dream is bigger. Let's wait.
Okay, his dream is bigger. Now, so I didn't achieve your final take on the transfer so far. Is it going as you planned? Is it going as clubs? Sorry, not as you, but as clubs have planned, or is this going slowly as we see it as pundit out there?
The transfer market is going south, very slow, bro. By now, this is the 8th, right? The league starts on the 16th. and they still know
Yeah.
that big marquee signing, especially in the Premier League. Only Spanish can say they signed a marquee signing. Julian Alvarez. Is that really marquee? The boy is 22 years of age. He's a young boy. It's not as if he has. He was
There's
he
one
was a
more. There's
trailblazer in
one
the Premier League.
There's one more marquee signing you didn't mention. Yes, calling on
Which
marquee
one?
signing. Kylian Mbappe, marquee signing. Kylian Mbappe was the first
Is
transfer
that
this
in the
year.
Spanish league now? Very free, wonderful. The best free transfer in history.
Yeah.
So it tells you that's what it is. Arsenal got Calafiori. One of the problems
Yeah.
of the club has been solved, but still not the major problem. They need a striker. Barcelona got Dani Olmo, very good, but that's not the problem. The problem is in the heart of defensive midfield, and especially at the heart of the defense. Two have not been solved. Man United are dilly-dallying with their goalkeeper telling us that Onana that he wants to take more risk in the new season to come. Man United fans, please brace up. You've got some heart and hold your heart, your high blood pressure tablets, because you will need that for Onana to make something like this. And they haven't done much in the transfer market. Instead, the players they are hoping they would have left are still staying put. Jordan Sanchez.
Hold on. With regards to that, I think I did something on that today, on that players. We still have more time, but let me just see if I can punch this on the. These are the players we expect to leave United. We expected these players to leave United. Only four have
most
gone.
of them went on free transfer. Free transfer for Rain. Free transfer.
No, because their contract has said what I think for Varane and Anthony Martial, they are free to go because it brings down the wage bill for United. These two players alone, like I said, will cost United an annual wage bill of close to £30 million. 17 from Varane, 14 from. So that's good. Donny van der Beek stay at United, I think, has come to an end. He has to go to Spain.
To leave.
Yeah, he's long overdue. Who else again?
Why can't you guys find suitor for Scott McTominay? We thought he was heading to Fulham. The deal has stalled. We heard that
I think that is why you see me. I was angry with the money being paid for Smith Rowe because I think that money should be paid for Scott because Scott can add much more value than Smith Rowe in that Fulham team.
Smith is a young player. He's got prospects.
It's just that because he's young, but in terms of what Scott will bring to Fulham, he brings more at this time for Fulham than what Smith Rowe.
Like I said, it's not a case of you said, she said, they said, we said, who said. For me, I think I'm Smith Rowe all day long, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So my family has
I won't go with Smith Rowe for a player that hasn't. How many games did he play last season? How many games did he play last season?
Every time he played, it was injury. Every time he played, you saw his impact, bro.
No, but we know what Scott can bring.
Exactly.
We know what Scott can bring.
But we know that Scott McTominay is not what Fulham needs. Let's be realistic. They have so many central midfielders. I can cost money for
how many? You remember they lost. You remember? Hold on. Remember they lost a certain midfielder. That is the heart of the midfield. Yeah, they lost Paulinho and they've not replaced Paulinho.
They've not replaced Paulinho, but they've got some midfielders now. Come on, they're struggling for creativity, and that's why Alex Webb was claiming Jadon like the king of the crop last season because he was the one doing this. He was playing stuff.
But he was not the one cutting down the play. He was not the one making those interceptions. It was Paulinho that was the heart and the bread of that midfield.
Let me be sincere with you. Is McTominay a defensive midfielder? Is that his forte?
He's not, but he can give them more goals. He can give them more goals.
Exactly. He's running in. This guy will create more chances. So depending on what the coach was, like I said, I don't want to doubt the decision of Marco Silva. Yeah. Like I said, if McTominay was a quality defensive midfielder, like top notch, I might not want to offload him.
He's not a defensive midfielder. Don't use that word DM for him.
What exactly Fulham needs is a DM, and both of them are not DMs. Either Smith Rowe or Scott McTominay are not DM. So who did the coach pick?
I think he's leaving. I think Fulham did revive that deal today for Scott McTominay, £23 million.
They won't pay that amount of money. Exactly. They're not going to pay that amount of money. If Arsenal agreed for Smith Rowe, I think Man agreed for Scott McTominay because that is not requirement. If you tell that Man he won't play. You make big bucks. You let him go Fulham. He plays. He reduce your wage bill and you make some money from the young man.
I think the problem also, No, so I think the problem with these players, and let me tell you one after the other. I think we've overstayed our time. Let's add more time. Let's look at these players. Harry Maguire, how much is he receiving?
Yeah.
250. He's finding it difficult to live. Saul McTominay, close to 200. I don't want Bissaka, close to 200. Anthony,
200.
I think they're about 200. Jadon Sancho, 350.
You can't tell Antonio. You can't tell Antonio.
If a Saudi team bring 70 million euros today,
I
think United will do that deal. But currently, I think the highest money coming in for me is there about 40 million pounds, which I think is not good. It's not really good. Christian Eriksen around 100 plus. Lindelof around 100 plus. So I tell you, Maguire knows that the last year of his contract is next season, and nobody will want him. He wants to finish that contract. Scott McTominay also have one more year in his contract. He will want to finish that contract too. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 18 million pounds bid for him. I think United just wanted West Ham to up that money to there about, and they refused to up the money.
20.
But the problem with that deal is that now this is what it is with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He said he will leave if United pays him 7 million pounds.
Exactly, loyalty bonus. Yes, pay him off.
But United, I don't think United will pay that money.
I don't think so. Why do you want to sell him? You want to sell to keep money. You don't want to pay him to leave. Does it make any sense?
It makes sense. There's business. It's business. Okay. So I think we've had a wonderful show from the beginning to the end. Notwithstanding the way internet has been treating us recently, but we've had a wonderful show, and we all owe it to you and the excitement you bring to this show. Thank you very much for being part of Fancy Football on the Transfer Talk today. Please. We are going to do a video upload by the beginning of next week to tell you who possibility of the teams that will win and positions for the Premier League. For 15 minutes video, me and Nonso. So we'll talk about it next week. The Premier League prediction. I think we are working. We'll work towards how to produce that video. Yes. So thank you, Nonso.
Thank you very much, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Let's do this, guys. Have a wonderful time.
Cheers. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, cheers.